Calling freelancers, small and mid-sized business owners. When every pound counts, your savings should be working too. Tide's Instant Saver account offers up to 4.22% AER variable, flexible access and competitive returns. So you can grow your money without losing control of it.
You don't need to bank with Tide to access their savings account. And unlike other options on the market, you won't need to hold your money with Tide for a fixed period. That means you'll have instant access and free withdrawals whenever you need it.
You can get started today with just £1, making it easy to start growing your business savings.
Want to know what you'll earn? Tide's clever calculator gives you a clear picture up front.
Your money is safe and secure with FSCS protection on deposits up to £85,000, ensuring growth for your business.
And if that's not enough, we've got a PoliticsJOE offer for you. Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE, that's J-O-E, JOE. New members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4.22% AER variable, free for 6 months. After that, your Tide Plans rates apply. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply. Rate correct as of May 8th, 2025.
People are spending 2/3 of their pay packet to rent a damp-ridden flat. But we've also got, I would say, the sort of the pinnacle, the apex of this issue. Drag queens are reading to children.
Get the pitchforks out. I'm ready to riot.
Couldn't care what you're doing, but leave the kids alone. Seriously. 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds.
Do you know what went on in there? Do you know what books we were reading? Do you want to read none of it? We were. Have you heard of Dear Zoo? We read the book Dear Zoo.
Let boys be boys, let girls be girls.
Everybody has their own opinion. Why don't you just step back? Sorry. Just for your own peace of mind.
You do your thing. You do your thing, but you leave our kids alone.
Well, we didn't do anything.
You leave our kids alone. You leave our kids alone. We're not worth it, but our monies are paying for using transport these about.
Can I just tell you something?
You're a disgrace.
Why don't you educate yourself as to actually what went in?
No.
You could have come in, you'd have been very welcome.
Well, once you wanted to go in, we were told we weren't allowed in.
No, weren't allowed.
We were told we weren't allowed in.
Why don't we have a discussion?
We were told we weren't allowed in.
Why don't I would happily meet you for a cup of tea or
I
a
wouldn't
cup of
sit down,
coffee
have a
and
cup
let
of tea.
Well, you see, that's what your problem is.
No,
You
it's
see,
not.
you're
You leave our kids alone. You leave our kids alone.
Shame on you.
Resources being used to transport you about is a disgrace.
The revolution is coming.
The communities minister in East Belfast, he's apoplectic. He cannot believe this was allowed to happen. Now, Belfast, of course, a community that has, you might say, has had its own struggles economically. Mm-hmm. But this really is where the problem is. Is it a problem, Divina?
Well, I mean, it's such a problem that it's been going on for 8 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
With no issue.
So I'm not sure how long Gordon has been the communities minister, but if he's been there for any amount of that time, he's been quite quiet about it up until now. Who knows
Maybe
why?
he lost his slot. He didn't get booked. So he's come out swinging.
That's what it really is, isn't it? Gordon wanted to be there reading to children and singing The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round, rather than somebody in a brightly coloured costume and a silly wig.
That's really the most offensive part of all of this, isn't it? That they're doing Wheels on the Bus and not, Madonna's Like a Virgin.
Have you heard his quote about it? I think it's quite fascinating. I've highlighted it because I wanted to read it. He has said... No, I can't find it. Here we go. That the event is not appropriate for children. I didn't actually highlight it. I highlighted his name so I didn't forget it. Right, here we go. Not appropriate for children and has compromised the perception of our public libraries as a welcoming and inclusive space for all. Because there was the drag queen included.
Yeah, really confusing, that particular thing that it can only be inclusive if we exclude drag queens. Sorry, I'm banging the microphone. Oh, cheeky. It's only inclusive if we exclude this particular kind of person from the library for this specific event that happens at this specific time and is advertised as this specific event. We can only create an inclusive space if we make sure that those things don't happen and that they cannot happen after they've already been happening for 8 years.
You'd have to rewrite the Good Friday Agreement, I think, if you want to have...
Momo is currently turning in her grave over the fact that drag queens are reading to children.
Gosh.
I mean, just awful. What a crime against humanity.
The thing is,
be a Protestant, hasn't he? Because, you know, like,
I would hope
that's
so.
probably what it is. Maybe the drag queens are just a bit too, I don't know. Do you know, I mean, how much are you into the Protestant and Catholic law? Like, which is basically that, like, the Catholics have these, like, wonderful Gothic churches, they have these sort of, like, you know, stunning murals and that sort of thing. And then you go into a Protestant church and it's basically just like a couple of benches and, like, you know, a little pulpit that's, like, you know, awful. Maybe that's what it is. It's too flashy for them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that is possible. That maybe he finds it distracting. Listening to a story while sequins are sparkling is maybe just too distracting for him, and it takes away from the message of the story of the bullied goat.
Yeah, Dear Zoo, I believe, is what they were reading. Dear Zoo, a picture book with a few sentences.
I suppose there's a more sinister aspect to this as well, isn't it? Which is probably why they want you excluded, which is that, you know, you've got the Catholic and the Protestant church, and they've both been marred by allegations of assaulting young children. And then when there is a group that comes in and does not do those things,
I know.
Well, look, if you're not going to join in with all of our culture, then you got to get out.
The thing that I find funny is a drag queen story hour A drag queen story hour is statistically safer than going into a church as a child.
Yeah.
When you look at statistically, because when you look at the amount of systemic abuse allegations and cover-ups that have happened in the Catholic Church alone, find me even one of those in drag queen story hour and let's talk. And then I'm interested in the conversation. But right now, you're just saying there's this perceived threat that's never quite come true that we all need to hide from, when there's quite literally a real threat where you're going every Sunday that you don't want to address.
Well, it's all of this is just a bigger part of the wider movement to other LGBTQ plus people, to other Muslim people, to other Jewish people, to, you know, if you're a minority, the attempt at the moment is to other you and make you seem like you're a threat. Despite the fact that the people who are the real threat and hold all the power are standing over here. You know, it's a look over there.
Look over there,
constantly.
You think it's working?
Yes, I think it
For
is.
some people,
Some people.
I think.
Because it's easier to get angry. This is what it is to me, is that it's easier to get angry about that person that you can access. You know, it's very difficult for us to access the CEO of Thames Water and say, you are being paid this enormous amount of money to ruin people's lives and destroy our ecosystem and, you know, all of that stuff, than it is to go down to the Georgian Dragon where, you know, there's a drag queen on and go, you're awful. I hate you. You know, people are just really mad about their lives because their material conditions are absolute dog shit. And they're dog shit because of the CDAOs, not because of migrants or because of Muslims or because of Jews or because of gays or, you know, any of those people. Those are the people without the power. It's the people with all the power who are the problem.
So what you're suggesting is that if we had an asylum seeker in drag as the CEO of Thames Water, then maybe we would have a nationalised product again.
Yeah.
I don't think that sentence has ever been said out loud before.
Someone had to say it.
Those are not words.
We've all been thinking it. The big takeaway, or the thing that is always glaring to me, is that it will never be enough for certain people. Like, for example, like if you believe in LGB without the T, if hypothetically you manage to make it impossible to, and it's already very difficult, don't get me wrong, but if impossible for a trans person to live in the UK, that doesn't mean that the LGBs are safe.
No.
Once they're done with the T's, they're coming for their B's and they're coming for the G's. And well, I mean, they'll have a good time coming for the L's because that's actually, they'll put up a bit of a fight.
Well,
and they're wearing Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Aren't we all good? I can't remember who was, I might have been you I was talking to this about the other day, but it was that, and I've lost my point. What was I thinking of? You were just saying about LGBT and all that. There's this, even what you were just saying, Ava, I'm almost like, and this is no offense to you, but I'm almost even bored of hearing that though, because I'm like, why can't we just stop and recognize that it's happening now? It's always this argument of like, well, it's going to be you next. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, that is the truth. I'm not saying it's not a valid argument. History shows you that. But like, I always get told as a gay man, well, coming for trans, it's you next. I'm like, but it kind of actually just bothers me that they're coming for trans. Actually, I think that's enough for me. I'm like, and I'm not saying it's not for you, just to be clear, but I'm just like, I don't get why we always have to wait for the next group to be attacked.
It's already happening.
Yeah, that as well.
Farage is already laying the groundwork for that. The fact that he came out and said, I would not have voted for gay marriage, I think it's wrong.
Did you hear that?
He said he wouldn't have voted for gay marriage. He disagrees with it. So that's him laying the groundwork, just like him saying we need to relook at abortion.
Yeah, the abortion.
Well, absolutely.
That's him laying the groundwork. This is what he's done the entire
interesting
time.
Because you'll have, I always think that women are very useful in these debates, particularly the anti-abortion debate. If you are on the side of, I don't think women should have access to abortion. You know, that's when you are useful. But if you are like Tomi Lahren, I think is a very interesting example, because she was sort of, I think she's back on Fox News now, but at one point she was the darling of Fox News in America. She had this sort of 2-camera rant that she would do every day, and it was extraordinarily popular in the US because she is objectively a good-looking American woman. You know, she looks like the sort of archetypal Fox News girl, and she was saying all the things that the right believe. And then one day she came out and said, well, yeah, I think that it should be choice, because if a child is raped, or if a woman is raped, or, you know, or if there's an assault, or if that child is, you know, you're going to have a terrible life, a woman should have a right over her body. And they kicked her out like she was last night's tuna. Like she was gone.
I had that one.
No, but she was gone.
Tuna, my goodness.
Do you know what I mean? She was useful and popular up until she said something that they didn't quite agree with, and then she was gone.
Well, it's the herd mentality thing, isn't it? Where it's like, either get with us or get out.
And all of this, again, it just boils down to, you have a choice up until I disagree with your choice. You have a choice to do that, but I don't agree with it, and I don't think you should have that choice. So either you want to live in a free country, which is what the right say that they want. We've lost our freedom. We've lost our rights. So either you want that, and if you do, then you can't be protesting against people making an active choice to take their children to drag queen story time, or you don't want a free country and actually you want an authoritarian state. And I would argue that you want an authoritarian state.
But they definitely, I mean, you're right, because you talked about Thatcherism during this conversation, and you've talked about, you know, the authoritarian regimes. But the ultimate point of a lot of the right wing is they want a smaller state, and as you said, they want choice. So in a free market society, you should be allowed to put on a drag queen story time, and if people want to go to it, great. And if you don't agree with it, don't
go. What concept? Just don't go.
Well, that was bleak, wasn't it?
I've had a nice time. Someone actually, you know, you mentioned the live podcast recording. Someone said to me at the end when I was leaving, oh, like, when are you next back on? And then he went, but wait, if you're back on, that means something bad has happened again. No, he's not wrong. Like, it's like, he was like, something bad will have happened to the LGBT community again. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of tea. And here we are. Something bad happened again.
Here we are.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap that up and promo your wonderful show again? Not that I fucking know if it's any good, because you went last week without me. That actually really annoyed me.
I know. Sometimes I do it to annoy you. This is the thing. Sometimes I want to come into work and have a little... How were you last night?
I was
actually at this incredible event that you would have loved to be at. And afterwards we went out with the whole cast and had a great night as well.
Yeah, but so last Thursday, like a couple of days a week, actually we stopped doing our Monday drinks. We need to get...
Well, yeah, because I was off for 5 weeks, babe. You know, not we're getting into that now, but...
Anyway, yeah, he had a little holiday, didn't he? No, Connor was unwell.
My holiday, me almost developing sepsis.
I know, sorry. Actually, wasn't funny. I apologise.
It's not funny. It's really not. But
honestly, so Thursday, I say to Connor, I say, oh, do you want to go and get a little cocktail, quick one? You know, well, he gets a little fruitini, and I get
I get an espresso martini every time. Fruitini, espresso martini, really.
And he goes, yeah, okay, but I've got to be gone in like 20 minutes. And I was like, where are you going? And
that's like, really my voice as well, actually, isn't it? I'm going to
the Divina De Campo show. I go, that sounds like something I would have enjoyed. Who the hell are you going there with? Bitch.
I'll feed that back to my friend who had a great time.
Yeah.
Savage.
Well,
So, yeah, Diana.
So what's it called for anyone that doesn't know it?
Diana Mixtape, the Diana Mixtape. And it is exactly what it says on the tin. 5 drag queens, all being Diana. Kiala Settle is the queen. We've got Noel Sullivan and Lucinda, who are just brilliant as Camilla and Charles. And then after that, in less than a month, I'm on tour with Drag to the Musicals as well.
Oh, fun.
where's
Which
that going
is,
to be?
Again, exactly what it says on the tin. It's 5 drag queens singing musical theatre songs.
Where's that going to be?
We're touring all over.
Okay.
So just look for Drag to the Musicals and I'll see you there.
Okay, cool. So I have to go and look it up.
Yeah, I just found the link.
I just thought we were having a conversation.
I'll send you a ticket.
You were literally no.
To make up for the one you didn't get last week.
I'm so angry.
Do you want to know one thing, Ava, that will upset you even more, just to round out this entire discussion? Queen Elizabeth in the Diana show sings Commander by Kelly Rowland and David Guetta with a Labubu on her handbag.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
And it does fly around during the choreo.
That's outrageous. I think that Camilla has had a bit of a renaissance since she's become queen.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I actually find her quite funny. Like,
But are you laughing with her or at her?
well, I just when her and like, yeah, I'm not a monarchist, all right, but you know, you can objectively enjoy them as celebrity.
I guess.
When she has her little tete-a-tetes with Charles, like when they're clearly having a little bit of a quiet row, I always think she is very funny in those. Yeah, she's very much like, oh, piss off. Quite like that.
Thanks to Tide and their instant savings account for sponsoring this week's podcast.
Don't forget, new members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4.22% AER variable, free for 6 months.
And if that's not enough, we've got a PoliticsJOE offer for you. Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply. Rate correct as of May 8th, 2025.